You are your best investment. If you are daily brushing your knowledge, skills, competencies, and capabilities, no one can stop you. Just upgrade yourself to make a better version of yourself, or rather, a best version of yourself. The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is the word extra. This word extra is the key. What extra skills you have got, what extra knowledge you have, what extra intelligence that you have built, that adds to the value that you carry. That is the key for your success, which holds to your future to unlock your potential. We all have got some problems, but that should not stop us. Many people would curse the country, curse people, education system, institutions, but very few people are ready to take action. People are waiting for all the facilities to be available to them. Only then they will take the action. No, it doesn't work like that. Leaders don't wait for the things to happen. They make things happen. So make things happen. The biggest certainty of the life is the uncertainty. In life, there are not hopeless situations, only hopeless people. So get up and transform. Transform for good. Make the change happen. Challenge the current ways of working. Challenge the status quo. Build on your knowledge, skills, competencies, and capabilities and make the change happen. That's what we need. And that's what the leaders do. You all would have used Google Map. The first thing that you do is you enter the location. First the starting point, then the end point or the destination point, and then the Google Map throws you the path. And then you follow the path to reach to the destination. But you don't jump from the starting location to the end location or from the starting point to the end point in one go. You follow the path step by step or lane by lane or highway by highway depending on the mode of transport or the path and the destination. When you follow this process, then only you reach to the destination. In this process, you might digress. You may take wrong turns. You might come across with some congestion, or the bad road, or the damaged road, or maybe the bad weather conditions, or some accidents, and maybe a traffic jam. This all can distract you from your journey, and you might end up going in a totally different direction. So, what do you do in this kind of situation? So, you take a pause. You check the Google Map again, reroute, and you get back to the original path or the right path once again. The similar things happens in the life process as well. We decide to go somewhere, but we do take wrong turns. We do see bad weather conditions or some accidents which stops us or takes us away from the right direction. So just like Google Map, we all need a guidance, a tool, a model that can help us to succeed in life, make life better and live through life joyfully. And that's what the first tool is all about. This model is all about how we need to think and how we need to act. And this I stands for insight, inspiration, integrity, and add stands for add value, drive solutions, and develop, support, and recognize. So let's start with I first. The first component of I is insight. Insight is all about clarity, clarity of the vision, purpose, strategy, and goals, clarity on what to do, why to do, and how to do it. Someone has truly said, the most pathetic person is not the person who cannot see, but the person who can see yet has no vision. Helen Keller was one of the blind and deaf person, but she did a lot of great work. And she has truly said, the only thing worse than being blind is having sight yet no vision. This is the most pathetic situation to be in. Just to give you an example, let's say you are driving a car, but the windshield of your car is fully covered with the dust and you cannot see the road ahead. And now, if you drive in this situation, you will end up with an accident simply because your vision is not clear. That's exactly what happens with life. If your vision is not clear, if you don't know what you want to do, your life will start happening by accident. And you will lose the control of your life. You would not know where you want to go and how you're going to get there. If I take the example of that Google map again, if you do not enter the destination point or the end point, you will start circling back to the same location and you will not get anywhere. That's exactly what happens in life if you don't have any goal, any purpose, any vision. You must have some goal, some vision, so that you have the destination point to reach. It could be short term, it could be long term, depending on the line of sight that you have got, but at least have something so that you can walk on that path and at least reach there, and then you can decide if you want to go further or you want to stop there, or you can then have the further additions to your vision or to your purposes or your destination, and then accordingly move ahead. So these three questions are very important. You can add further questions, that's okay, but at least these three questions must be answered whenever you decide to do something. First is what you want to do. Second is why you want to do it. And third is how you are going to do it. The second component of I is inspiration. The quality of your inner fire determines the fire you can ignite in others. This inner fire of purpose, this inner fire of wisdom, or this inner fire of realization is called an inspiration. People are looking for motivation from everywhere, be it the social media or YouTube or any motivational speaker talking about motivation. But motivation is not the factor which can decide your success, but inspiration is. Motivation is like an external push which can be there for some time, but inspiration is something which is burning inside you and it will remain for the long term. We got to keep that inner fire engine burning so that we are fully fired up and geared up to achieve what we want to achieve. We are self-driven to do that. We are not waiting for any person to push us towards that direction. Rather, we are deciding our own path. We are making our own journey by ourselves. Motivation is self-destructive by nature, but inspiration is self-constructive by nature. Motivation will start diminishing as the time passes by. It will lose its impact after some time, but inspiration is something which will keep you moving all the time. And that is the inner fire that the leaders have got. They are always on self-start mode rather than the push start mode. People always love things which are on self-start mode, be it a machine or a car or something else. Suppose if you have to push a car to make it work, would you like it? No, it will require a lot of manual efforts. But if your car is on self-start mode, you will love driving it. That's exactly what happens when we deal with people. People who are self-inspired, self-driven, they are the number one choice of everyone. So once you have the clarity of the purpose or the vision, then what you got to do is you got to be inspired to do that, to achieve the purpose. You can inspire others only when you are yourself fully inspired. If you have this inspirational fuel tank full within yourself, then only you can fill others' tank. Otherwise, it will not be of any use. If you take the example of MS Dhoni, Virat Kohli, or Sachin Tendulkar, they are self-inspired. The inner fire is burning all the time inside them to do the best, to take the country to the next level, to achieve new heights, to set the new milestone, to set the bar high every time they play, so that they can inspire the youth, they can inspire the fresh talent, they can inspire the new team members for the better future. The third component of I is integrity. Integrity, what it means is doing the right things the right way, even when no one is looking at you, and thinking in the larger interest. Ethics, compliance, rules, and regulations are one side of it, but the essence is to build trust, having right intent, thinking straight. This is the top priority in any organization or business, or to build any relationship. The most important thing in the relationship is to have trust, and your integrity builds that trust. Let me give you an example of Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar was asked to endorse an alcohol brand for a big amount of money, but he rejected that offer. He rejected that offer because he made a promise. He made a promise to his father that he will do only the right things when he becomes the role model. And Sachin Tendulkar kept his promise. He did not endorse the alcohol brand. This is called integrity. In these times, your integrity is tested and your character shows up. People will rely on you only when you are trustworthy. You are the person with integrity. So once you have the clarity of the purpose, you are inspired to achieve that purpose, and you can build the trust and take the team along with you, then it's time for action. And when it comes to action, we talk about adding value, driving solutions, developing, supporting, and recognizing people. Let's now take a look at that. The first one in the list is add value. Adding value simply means adding value to whatever you do. Whatever you touch should become more valuable than what it was before you touched it. It's all about understanding the purpose or the need that we are working on. And if you are working for the customer, then understanding the customer needs or purpose and using the raw input related to the whole value chain and putting that through the process or the quality improvements so that the impurities can be removed, then packaging it, branding it, providing the customer service, taking the feedback, doing the improvisation. Every step that we follow in this value chain process, we must make sure that we add value to the input that we had when we started the activity. If it is data, then you must process that data into information into analysis, and using that analysis for driving the value for better decision making or timely decision making. Leaders are customer champion. They keep the need, purpose, and expectation of the customer or the stakeholders in mind. They know what they are working for, and they make sure that they transform into the whole process. In the change, residue of the past remains, but in the transformation, nothing of the past remains. It means the input that you used, you have completely transformed into something different, and you have added value to the input. That's how leaders add value to the things they work on. The value add applies to yourself as well, making yourself a product of highest quality and value by upgrading your skills, knowledge, competencies, and capabilities every day, and you become the better version, or rather the best version of yourself every day. Make yourself a brand, a high quality brand, which is big enough to earn the highest premium, trust, and respect. You must always be relevant in the time you exist and continuously add value through insight, delivering the right value, and continuous transformation of the inputs, processes, and the output. The next component is drive solutions. Ideas belongs to those who work on it. who put them into practice, who actually implement the solutions. There are many people who talk about problems, but there are some who come with some solutions, and there are very few who implement solutions. It's all about implementing the solutions, not just talking about it. Leaders do not make excuses that when this will happen, then I'll start doing the work, or when all the facilities will be available, then I will do something about it. No, it doesn't work like that. Leaders don't wait for things to happen. They make things happen. They take the ownership. They lead the activity. They take proactive interest in doing the things. And they always hold accountability, responsibility, and make themselves visible through actions. It's always easy to take back seat and look at the driver, but leaders don't take back seat. They actually drive the solution. They collaborate with the team, with the stakeholders, with the business partners or the suppliers, and make things happen. They make sure that whatever is needed to achieve the objective is clearly listed down and is known to all the team members who are responsible for achieving the objective. They make sure that everyone is held accountable and responsible for achieving their part of the job. They make sure that there are time scales attached to each action, and people clearly know what action to take, when it is to be taken, and who all are the stakeholders with whom they are supposed to work with. They make sure that everybody is working together to achieve the final objective. The last component and the most important one is develop, support, and recognize people. You don't become leader. It's the people who rise you as the leader. It's people who make you leader. And they make you leader because you can see something which they cannot see. You know something which they don't know. And you can think of something which they cannot think. You support them to develop their learning, knowledge, skills, competencies, and capabilities so that they can achieve what they want to achieve in their life. Leaders always make sure that people do not go into the comfort zone. That's a very dangerous zone to be in. It makes you inactive, sluggish, less energetic, less agile, and less efficient because you'll not have anything to learn something new, to grow and develop your skill set, your competencies, your capabilities, and that's not right. That's why leaders always challenge their team members and at the same time support also whenever it is required. Putting challenges in the job ensures that people are active, they're using their mind, their intellect, and they're using their skill set to the best of their capabilities. They are upgrading their knowledge to cope up with the challenges. They are learning something new every time, and they are growing, they're developing, and they collaborate with the team, do the teamwork. That's how people grow. There was a great Chinese philosopher 1,000 years ago, Lao Tzu, who once said that if you want to succeed for 1 year, then grow crops. But if you want to succeed for 20 years, then grow trees. But if you want to succeed for 100 years, then grow people, invest in people. And that's what the leaders do. They invest in people. They make sure they create more leaders. They create more capable people. They create more skillful people who can set the right environment, values, and culture across the world. So to sum up this model, it's all about having the right insight or clarity on the purpose, what we want to do, why we want to do it, and how we are going to do it, and then be inspired to achieve that objective. Then only we can inspire others to support us and achieve those objectives. Then building trust with people, doing the right things in the right way. And when it comes to action, then adding value to the work that we do, driving the solutions, and at the same time developing, supporting, and recognizing people for the good work and setting the right culture in. That's what the leaders do, and that's how they think and act.